on this computer. Yes. Okay. So, see, till yesterday, we studied general information about a cell, correct? And today we will start studying different type of cells. Okay. We'll start studying different type of cells. 1 second. I'm sharing screen. Oh, is screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's start studying different type of cells. Type of cells. Now, see, type of cell. Now see, there are only two basic type of cell. Okay, cell is divided only in two basic types. One are called as prokaryotic cell. One type of cell is called as the prokaryotic cell. Cell, and another type of cell is called as the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell and another type of cell is called as eukaryotic cell. Like first we will study prokaryotic cell. Actually, right now I'm teaching you a difference between the two type of cells, and then we will study both in detail. We will study prokaryotic cell in detail as well as eukaryotic cell in detail. Now, this classification of cell depend on nucleus. Depend on nucleus of the cell. Two different cells, two different type of nucleus. Now, what do you mean by prokaryotic? Try to understand this. Pro here in this particular word prokaryotic. Pro refers to primitive. Pro refers to primitive. Primitive means, what to say, not advanced, not well developed, like that. Okay? Not well developed. Right? And carry on, this term refers to nucleus. Carry on is what? Nucleus. Okay? So, prokaryotic is what? Prokaryotic means cell with primitive nucleus. Cell with primitive or undeveloped, not well developed nucleus. Primitive, 1 second, what I'm writing. Primitive nucleus. Cell with primitive nucleus. Understanding? Okay. Now, what exactly mean by primitive nucleus? That we will try to understand. But first, up to this, let us try to understand about eukaryotic cell. In this term, eukaryote, U stand for advanced. U stand for advanced. Advanced means well developed, correct? Well developed, well adapted. Okay. Carry on again stand for nucleus. Carry on is what? Nucleus. So, eukaryotic cell is what? Eukaryotic is what? Cell with advanced nucleus. Fine? With advanced nucleus. Cell with advanced nucleus. Understood? You must have studied this earlier also, right? In your 9th standard also, correct? Hannah Vaibhavi, studied this in 9th standard?
Yes, ma'am.
Vaibhavi, who teaches biology in Navarre?
In 10th standard, our principal teacher Manali Desai.
Okay, principal teacher only. She
Yeah.
teaches all science, whole science, like all subjects.
Yeah.
When physics, chemistry, biology, she only taught.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Manali Desai, I don't know. Okay, let it be. Okay, so prokaryote. So let's talk about what do you mean by exactly primitive nucleus, what exactly mean by advanced nucleus. Now, when I see prokaryotic cell, okay, try to understand about its nucleus. Suppose this is prokaryotic cell. Suppose a prokaryotic cell doesn't look same every time. There are different shapes. But suppose this is prokaryotic cell. Then its DNA is a genetic material, is just, entangled thread-like structure like this, and it is open in cytoplasm, right? DNA is open in cytoplasm. There is no covering, there is no membrane on nucleus. Understanding? No membrane on genetic material, right? Genetic material. It is open in cytoplasm. There is no covering covering above it, right? That's why the nucleus is called as the primitive nucleus. Okay, genetic material is having no membrane, so you can say nucleus without nuclear membrane. Primitive nucleus is what? Nucleus without nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. Fine. Okay. Here if you see eukaryotic cell, all animal cell, all plant cells are eukaryotic cell. Suppose this is a eukaryotic cell. It will have nucleus, one membrane. There is one more membrane. Okay. We will talk about both the membranes afterward in more details. But two membranes, and inside that all this chromatin material, genetic material. So you can say here nucleus with nuclear membrane. Nucleus with nuclear membrane. Advance. Right? Understanding? Okay. So nucleus with nuclear membrane is an advanced characteristic, and nucleus without nuclear membrane is primitive characteristic. Got it? Nucleus with nuclear membrane, advanced characteristic. Nucleus without nuclear membrane is primitive characteristic. Okay, remember this. Now, the next thing which you need to understand is that why just having this one, like two membranes, why it is an advanced characteristic, and why not having nuclear membrane is a primitive characteristic. What do you think? Just having membrane around the nucleus, why it is advanced characteristic? What do you think? Understood my question?
Can you repeat, ma'am?
Yes. See what I said? Nucleus without nuclear membrane is a pro means primitive characteristic, correct? Cell is not that advanced when it do not have nuclear membrane. But on the other hand, having nuclear membrane in eukaryotic cell make that cell advanced cell. Why? What do you think? Why? Why nuclear membrane is so important? Why nuclear membrane is so important? Understood question? Vaibhavi, you understood my question?
Because it's present in plant and animal cell.
No, like it is opposite. Like it is advanced. That's why it is present in plant and animal cell. It is present in plant and animal cell doesn't make it advanced. Are you understanding? It is opposite. Plant and animal cells, plant and animals have advanced cell. वो advanced cell है. That's why वो plant and animals में है. Okay, plant और animals में है, इसलिए वो advanced नहीं है. Okay, opposite नहीं है. Understanding? Shrishti, do you hear me? You understood question? See, prokaryotic cells are primitive cells, correct? Because just because it is not having that nuclear membrane. On the other hand, eukaryotic cells are advanced cells just because it is having that nuclear membrane. Why nuclear membrane is so important? That I want you to understand that first. Okay. Try to understand why having nuclear membrane makes cell advance. Okay. See what nuclear membrane does. Try to understand this. What exactly nuclear membrane does. Okay. So consider this cell. Okay. I'm not drawing whole border of cell. See chromatin material. Okay. Above that, one nuclear membrane. Agree? In eukaryotic cell, one more nuclear membrane. One more nuclear membrane. The outer nuclear membrane, no, is not a continuous membrane. It is having interruptions in between. Okay. This membrane, outer nuclear membrane, fold afterward, fold outside, and form different cell organelles. Right now, the cell organelle which I am drawing is something called as endoplasmic reticulum. Have you heard about this cell organelle? Endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so then afterward, it come out as a vesicle that I will teach you in detail later on, and it give rise to Golgi complex. Understanding? It give rise to another cell organelle, Golgi complex, right? So remember, endoplasmic reticulum, this Golgi complex, all these very complicated cell organelles are arised from nuclear membrane. Understanding? Nuclear membrane give rise to very advanced cell organelles. Okay, and only eukaryotic cell can have those, those cell organelles, those advanced cell organelles, which make cell advance. Understanding? But if you consider prokaryotic cell, it do not have nuclear membrane. That's why it do not have, as nuclear membrane is absent, nuclear membrane is absent, okay, as nuclear membrane is absent, other membrane bound cell organelle, membrane bound cell organelles means like endoplasmic reticulum, then Golgi apparatus are absent. Okay, Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex, one and the same thing. Sometimes it's called as Golgi apparatus, sometimes called as Golgi complex, one and the same thing. Apparatus are absent. Understanding? Are absent. And as there are no cell organelles, okay, many functions are cannot be performed by prokaryotic cell. Understanding? Many functions cannot be performed by prokaryotic cell. You can imagine prokaryotic cell is like, there is no compartments. You can imagine it's like a single room. You can consider a house made up of single room is like a prokaryotic cell. Okay, means same room is kitchen. Okay, same room is bedroom. Okay, one need to cook in the same room, one need to sleep in the same room, one need to study in the same room, one need to means everything is going on in the same room. There is no separation. Understanding? Because nuclear membrane creates cell organelles and that create separate sections for each and every function. Understanding? Means you can consider in eukaryotic cell endoplasmic reticulum make proteins. Golgi, another endoplasmic reticulum make lipids. Okay. A mitochondria do the process of respiration. Suppose it is a plant cell, chloroplast do the process of photosynthesis. Different compartment, different organelle for different function. Understanding? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But in prokaryotic cell, it's not happening. It's like a one room kitchen. Kitna bhi bada ho, it will be like a just one room. Understanding? just a single
Yes.
room. Okay. So because of this, now as there are no cell organelle, as there is no membrane, prokaryotic cell cannot grow also larger in size. It always remains smaller in size, right? Size of prokaryotic cell have limitation, but eukaryotic cell can grow larger. Means you can consider our ovum, which is the largest cell of our body. It can grow 100 micrometer, correct? RBC, our red blood cell, we say it is a smaller cell, but still it is like, 7 micrometer. Okay. But bacteria hardly 1 micrometer or 2 micrometer. Okay. Hardly 1 to 3. That's it. A smaller will be like 0.1 and all that mycoplasma, which we have seen yesterday. Okay. But larger also hardly 1 micrometer, hardly 1.5, 2, or hardly 3, not more than that. Understanding? Size also remain always small. Okay. So remember few things about prokaryote. This is like a difference between prokaryote and eukaryote, I told you. Okay. So you can, if you are writing right now, if you are making your notes, you can make them, make 2 columns, one side write prokaryote, one side write eukaryote. Okay. So it will be directly your short notes, है ना? You need not to make them separately. Okay. So यहाँ पे prokaryote, no membrane on the genetic material. Here, nucleus without a nuclear membrane. This will be your, that pro and all this will be the first point. Okay. This will be the first point, primitive and all. Here in eukaryotic, this will be the first point. Fine. Nucleus without nuclear membrane will be the second point. Here it will be the second point. Okay. Then this is the third point. Nuclear as nuclear membrane absent, other cell organelles absent. Here we need to write in eukaryote. As nuclear membrane is present, this will be the third point. As nuclear membrane is present, you can directly make add this point in your short note. Present in, as nuclear membrane is present, membrane bound cell organelles, membrane bound cell organelles, such as ER. ER means endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex, and the same thing, mitochondria, etc. are present. Mitochondria, etc. are present. Right? Have you completed this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's write fourth point. Prokaryotic cells are always smaller. 1 second. Let me scroll a little bit up. Prokaryotic cells are what? Always small. Always small in size. Small in size. What is the size? Size hardly 1 micrometer to 3 micrometer. Okay. Very small size. And here on the other hand, a eukaryotic cell can grow larger in size. Eukaryotic cells can grow larger in size. Up to 100 meters, 100 micrometers. That is, example is ovum, right? You can. Then fifth point, prokaryotic cell always unicellular. Prokaryotic cells always unicellular, right? Unicellular. Eukaryotic cells may be uni or multicellular. Eukaryotic cells either unicellular or multicellular. Either they are unicellular or they are multicellular. Okay. Complete this much, then we will study now prokaryotic cells. Let's write examples also. Remember, Vaibhavi, all bacteria are prokaryotic cells. All bacteria, right? All bacteria are example of a prokaryotic cell. Here examples are plant cells, plant, fungus, animal, and protozoan. Protozoan means this, huh? Protozoan means amoeba and all. One second, not getting selected. What happened? Plant, fungus, protista, and plant, fungus, protista, and animal cell. Animal cell. Okay. Tell me when you finish writing, okay?
Done, ma'am.
Done. So now we will
Yes.
study in details of prokaryotic cell. Okay. Now remember a few things about prokaryotic cell. See over here. Okay. Few things I already taught you, just a recollection. Okay. Now here in this diagram, in this picture basically, you can see, one second, let me remove this. In this picture basically is the comparison between the sizes of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay. You can see in this yellow colored bacteria is shown. Okay, this is bacteria. It is a size of hardly 1 to 3, in between 1 to 3 micrometer. Okay, and this is a eukaryotic cell. Okay, this is a diagram of eukaryotic cell, a picture of eukaryotic cell, and you can compare size. How small is this and how large is eukaryotic cell? Eukaryotic cell is very large as compared to prokaryotic cell. And this happened just because of the nuclear membrane. Just imagine, okay? Just because we have nuclear membrane, the size of the cell can grow this much, approximately 100 times larger than the prokaryotic cell. Okay. Now, this is the second picture here you see. It is our mycoplasma. It is what our mycoplasma. Yesterday we studied about mycoplasma, correct? It is the smallest cell in the world, correct? Smallest cell in the world, and it is prokaryotic cell, okay? Named as mycoplasma, and the specific example is PPLO, okay? And the cells look like small. And remember, Vaibhavi, this PPLO, no, it is disease causing. In human, it causes disease, okay? It causes very, very bad kind of fever, okay? Very, very bad kind of fever, which leads to lung infection. It is very dangerous for us, okay? It is very, very dangerous bacteria for us, okay? So this is little general information about prokaryotic cell. Now, the prokaryotic cell, that is bacteria, okay, here they come in different shapes, okay. They come in different shape, and different shape have different names which you need to know, okay. You need to know different shape of bacteria, different shapes in the prokaryotic cell and their names, okay. Now remember one thing, Vaibhavi. Sometime I say prokaryotic cell, sometime I say bacteria. It is one and the same thing. Okay, all bacteria are prokaryotic cells. So we can, use that term anyhow. We can either say prokaryotic cell or we can either say bacteria. Meaning is one and the same. Okay. So these bacteria, Vaibhavi, come in different shapes, different shape. And depending on their different shape, there are different names for them. Okay. So the first one is called as the cocci. Okay. Singular coccus. Singular is what? Coccus. Plural, multiple is cocci. Okay. Cocci means circular shaped bacteria. Cocci are what? Circular shaped bacteria. Okay, when a bacteria is like a ball, small pebble, it will be like it is called as the cocci. Now, suppose a coccus bacteria living single, alone, एक एक single, एक ही रह रहा है, single separately. Then it is called as mono. Mono means one. Monococcus. Right? Mono means one. Okay. Suppose they are living two bacteria attached to each other. Two bacteria attached to each other. Two means diplo. Diplo means two. Okay. Two remain attached to each other. That's why they are called as diplococci. Okay. Sometimes many circular bacteria, ball-like bacteria attached to each other like this, and form a long chain. Here you can see. Do you see that? When bacteria form long chain, it is called as strepto. Strepto means one long chain. Okay. And coccus bacteria is forming this strip. That's why they are called as streptococci. Understanding?
Yes.
Easy?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sometimes the bacteria are little elongated like this, little like a rod, like a small rod. Okay. That time they are called as bacillus. See, Vaibhavi, this is in this topic, no? Or एक topic है, first topic, 11th standard का, the living world. In that topic also, all these things are there again. Okay. Fine. So many times, in this 11th and 12th, you will study same things in different topics. Okay, same thing in different topics. Many a times you will study that. Okay, so yeah, so let's come. Bacillus means this rod-shaped bacteria. Okay, abhi most of the time, bacillus live alone. Okay, single it stay. Okay, it live single bacteria. Very few times it form chain. Okay, sometimes it form a diplobacillus, like one one bacteria, to that another second one is attached, but it is very rarely. Otherwise mostly it stays single. Okay, then the third shape, this is cocci is the first one, bacillus is the second one, third one is vibrio. Vibrio matlab comma shape. Okay, comma shaped means how we draw comma in as a punctuation mark. This comma shaped bacteria is vibrio. Okay, apne cholera ka bacteria, the disease which causes cholera, that bacteria is comma shaped, called as vibrio. Comma shape ko kya bolenge? Vibrio. Understanding? Then the next one is spirilla. Spirilla is like a snake. Spirilla is like a snake. This one is spirilla. This one is spirilla. Spirilla means like a snake. Understanding? Elongated, long bacteria. Snake-shaped bacteria is called as spirilla. See, here in picture you will see many names, flagellated and all, this stripped staphylococci and all. All these names we don't have. We have very few. Which one we have? Like, let's make a list of it. First one we have coccus or cocci. Cocci we have monococcus, single cocci. Okay, monococcus. We have diplococcus, and thirdly we have streptococcus. Okay, then we have bacillus. Then thirdly, we have vibrio, that is comma shape. Fourthly, we have spirillum. That's it. Okay, spirillum is like a snake shape. Snake shape. Okay, vibrio is like a comma shape. And bacillus is like a rod shape. Small rod shape. Understanding? Clear?
Yes.
Now, the next thing which you need to understand is this. See, bacteria, that is prokaryotic cell, can be motile or non-motile. Bacteria could be what? Motile, or it could be non-motile. Actually, when it would have been 1 minute no left, we need to stop recording. Otherwise, it will get disconnected. Okay, motile or non-motile. Motile का मतलब होता है it can do locomotion. Do locomotion. Do you understand locomotion means what? Going from one location to another location. Suppose bacteria is over here. After some time, it can travel to here. Okay, then it will be motile. Understanding? Not motile, non-motile is no locomotion. Cannot do locomotion. No locomotion. Fine. Now, how bacteria can move? Okay, how bacteria can move. Now remember, some bacteria, suppose it is a bacillus bacteria. Okay, suppose it is having flagella. Okay, these flagella help them in swimming. Flagella, what does they do? Help bacteria in swimming. That is locomotion. In locomotion, going from one location to another location. Right? Then if flagella is present, remember, if flagella present, bacteria is motile. If flagella present, bacteria is motile. Bacteria is what? Motile. If absent, non-motile, no flagella. Okay? Flagella is absent. Flagella absent. If flagella is absent, it cannot go from one location to another location. If you kept it on one location, it will stay there. Understand me? But if it is having flagella and you kept it in a glass of water, it will roam around everywhere. Understanding? Clear?
Yes.
Easy? Now we are going to study internal structure of bacteria. I'll just stop recording 1 second. It take a little time to process after this.